Welcome to the Mum CEO podcast. I'm your host, Esther Roach. Join me as we explore the dynamic intersection of motherhood and entrepreneurship. From the challenges to the triumphs, we're here to unravel it all. Get ready for insightful conversations, practical wisdom, and a whole lot of inspiration. Let's embark on this empowering journey together. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Mum CEO podcast. I'm your host, Esther Roach, and today I'm joined by Lyn. Hello, Lyn, and welcome to the show.
Hey, Esther. Thank you so much for having me on today. I'm really excited.
It's an absolute pleasure having you. For the benefit of the audience, if you'd like to introduce yourself and tell us about what you do, please.
Yeah, so I'm Lyn, and I run an events company. The events company is called The Edge Events. It's been going for about 10 years now. And I organise events for clients. So that could be a red carpet style event. It could be a launch party for your brand. It could be a book launch. It could be anything. Wedding. Anything small to very, very large. I have everything that you would need all under one umbrella. So I can actually save you time and money to go through me. So that's basically what I do on the event side. But alongside of that, I run a Women in Business Brunch Club, which is in a really exciting time of growth. And that's been going for about 7 years now. And that actually started from being offered an event by a client where we had pink gin, had a sax player. The doors were open. It was a really great vibe. And back then there was nothing quite like this. Now we've got so many. I do things differently because I bring a very much show-stopping event experience to the women in business. So you will find there may be a red carpet rolled out, but it is bringing women in business, like-minded women in business together. So it's women supporting other women in business, giving women a platform for their brands to promote what they do, and also to have a voice. I have speakers, and we have different themed events. Usually every other month, and then we'll have online events as well. So.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's quite a massive offering that's there. And you've obviously thought about everything, like you said, having things online as well to suit mums, just to make it that little bit easier, because it can be very tricky, especially for mums to be here, there, and everywhere at all these events. So that's a fantastic way of involving them in what you do. And just as an aside, with all the experience you have in events and stuff, why do you love running events and hosting events?
I love this question. I just love it. I'm just passionate about it. And the reason why I feel this started, because I'm a bit of a social butterfly, I'm not going to lie. I love going, back in the day, I was always out at every event, opening of an envelope. And, and I would rock up to an event and think, no, actually, I can do that better, blow my own trumpet. That's lacking. Where's the customer experience? Where's my drink on arrival? Where's the entertainment? Why isn't it? It could be styled up a bit better. And there was a lack. There's been a lack of that, especially in Manchester at the moment. I'm finding that element of glam is missing, and I'm all about the glam. So I just have a real creative eye for detail. I'm really into the customer care experience, and I thought those skills combined made me think, well, actually, I can do this myself, and that's how the seed was planted when I was out with friends in Alderley Edge. That's how the name came, the Edge Events, because I was having dinner or lunch, and the title just stuck, and I feel like it's been a really good title, the Edge Event. People think I am in Alderley Edge, and I'm not. it kind of platformed me to work with celebs and in Alderley Edge, Real Housewives of Cheshire, and really create my name just being out with friends. And I just put myself out there, really just to establish myself at the start. And I realised I have such a love for this, and I just love it when I see the event decor and I see it all styled and I see how it all comes together. But more importantly, it's the women in business. If I go down that route, when they come away, they're like, oh my God, what's just happened? That was amazing. So it's really great to be able to be the connector and connect people together as well.
And I can clearly see that because you are just beaming and smiling and
Yeah,
shining as
yeah,
you
when
think
it,
about it. And, what would you say to somebody? Because, events are, it's great to have events, but sometimes they can really put people off that they develop this almost not a fear, but it's kind of like they resent them because they've gone to a few events, they've been really disappointed. How can they get back into the spirit of doing those, attending events if they want to?
you know what, it's such a great question again, because this is what I get a lot. And it's such a shame when you've got events out there that don't really put that attention to it and don't realise how daunting it is, especially if you go with the women in business networking, for example. Women to come on their own, there's a lot of women just never been to a networking event, quite shy and introvert, and actually going there because they want to have more confidence. And how I kind of do get around that is, I always say you're only as good as your team as well. So I'll have a bit of a concierge feel, like people check the guests in, make sure the guests are happy as well as myself. And I'm a good at spotting. So you spot someone who's on their own, I will bring them into the fold and I'll say to them, look, you're here alone, are you happy just to be left to it? Or anyone I can introduce you to? And usually before you know it, they're the ones that come away with the most unshakable confidence, having made lifetime friends, making new connections. And I love that. And I also find that I will, when I invite guests, I often get a message or a little voice note to say, oh, I'd love to come to your event, but I'm actually on my own. I'm not sure about this because I don't really know anyone. Maybe I'll give it a miss. And it's a shame because that's going to move the needle. So I will then send a really reassuring message and say, you're not on your own. Come and find us. We'll make sure you're there. Let me know who, got a picture. If I've never met them, I can look out for them with a picture. They know they've seen a picture of me. Come and find me, or I'll come and find you, and I'll invite them in. And honestly, it's just, yeah, I make sure everyone, and the feedback I get as well is, because I can only go by the feedback I get. And one of the biggest things that stands out for me is, we don't feel like this is networking because networking has got such a starchy.
Yeah.
It gives me the ick. It gives us, as soon as you say the word networking, I think it needs to change. The word needs to change because it can be quite icky. So I really feel that this is a great way to showcase that actually it doesn't have to be like that. There's no name tags at mine. We don't all sit around drinking coffee. I know there are those styles of events, they work as well. I'm not saying they don't, I'm not dissing them. But the way I do my events is a very much a social vibe where you just feel like, and if I'm honest, it's the people. I seem to attract the right energy. It just works.
And that's incredible because you've hit quite a few points there that we could talk about forever. But we've got, I think women generally sometimes struggle with the element of kind of just approaching other people and talking because they're maybe introvert or they feel a lack in confidence and stuff. Do you see that, and how do you think events can support them to actually boost this confidence?
Yeah, I see it massively, actually.
Mm.
Massive. It's a huge thing, huge. And that's why these events are so important, because if we stay where if we do what we've always done, we're always going to get what we've always got. And sometimes you have to then feel the fear and step out of your comfort zone and do something that maybe is a little bit uncomfortable for you, just to get comfortable. And just the more you attend my events as well, because every event is different.
Yeah.
Think differently. There's always a different subject. Every time you come, it becomes easier and easier. And then this is what I did, how I started out. I was nervous. I still get nervous around people myself. I'll go to an event. I think, oh my God, these people are in their little group. How do I approach them? What do I say? I still get that myself. And it is a massive thing. So one of the key elements that I cover with a lot of my events is confidence. And I really stand for that in women. So a lot of the subjects usually is around confidence. We may have like for this I've got one coming up. I'd love to, let everyone know about. And that is going to be about confidence. And it's about having that confidence. When you come away from these events, you do have the tools. You do feel a lot more like charged up and supercharged that you're ready to take action with your business. But also, there is a saying actually when you do something that you feel quite scared about. I don't know if you ever get this, Esther, as well. Come away and you go, actually, that wasn't so bad.
Yeah.
It wasn't as bad as I thought it
All the time. It happens all the time.
was. As well.
And I think people look at you and they think, oh my God, you've got it all so together. They don't realize what is going on underneath.
Yes. Yeah, that's huge. Yeah.
Oh wow. And that's fantastic. But you've mentioned as well, you've got an event coming up which is really exciting. Could you tell us a little bit about that event and how you obviously intend to sort of bring people together, really?
Yeah, absolutely. So this event, and it all depends. I don't know when this episode is going to go out. I'm sure if there's going to be spaces available, then that would be great to see if you people who are watching like to come along. Yeah, basically, it's actually on the 26th of September. It's at a it's at a beauty salon, and we've got the whole of the downstairs space, which is a beautiful studio. The venue is called Host, which is right by the Dakota Hotel in Manchester, and it's actually the launch with Charlotte Tilbury.
Oh, fantastic.
So I know, I'm like blown away, like the iconic Charlotte Tilbury. So how that happened is I have been doing these events for about 7 years now, networking events, different themes. I then partnered with Armani Beauty, a bit by default actually, because they came along at the last minute to one of my events and had a pop up and they did a red lip demo. Like anyone who wanted to transfer thought their lip to Valentine's theme, so it's perfect sort of fit.
Wow.
And that made me realise that there's a lot of women loved it, and it was actually bringing business and beauty together.
Mm.
So a lot of the women that come usually have an interest in beauty, well-being, lifestyle, fitness, self-esteem and confidence. And really, for those things combined, skincare, self-care is, I guess, the audience that I attract to these events.
Mm.
So it just got me thinking, actually, I want to carry this on, but we need to bring new, really iconic brands in, like Charlotte Tilbury.
Mm.
So this is going to be the launch, and there's going to be a really amazing masterclass, and there's an opportunity for any guests who are attending to have a colour match.
Oh, wow.
Whether it's a foundation or whatever it is, to walk away with how they're going to look with their flawless makeup look. That's going to be suitable for Instagram, podcasts like this. Like I'm thinking, oh, I wish I had their makeup on like that. And meetings, Zoom calls, whatever you feel, it's going to give you that confidence, the way that you show up. And everything I think as a woman is all about self-care. And that goes from prepping your skincare to how you feel, to how you look, and how you look after yourself is really, really, it's key. It's right. It's just all part and parcel, I think, of everything really. So this event is the full package. We've also got Ella from Pixie Creative Socials. She's going to cover content creation and how your social media can really work for you, the best way for you and your brand. And we've got Charlotte Bridmore, who's going to cover confidence on camera and how you can show up with the right confidence for you and your business as well. And I've just announced that we have also, you've heard it here first, have a celebrity appearance by Misha B.
Oh,
If you
fantastic.
look at Misha B from the X Factor, yeah.
Yeah.
So she's going to offer some inspirational quotes. She's a speaker, but she's going to also treat us to one of her empowering tracks. And then I've got another lady who from LA, Jenny, who is going to come and take it up to a party level. Piano, she's going to be singing.
Oh wow. Oh, that's you've got the full
And
treatment there,
it's a
isn't it?
launch. Yeah,
Wow.
so we're going all out there. And then we've got sculptwear brands who are going to do a like confidence to catwalk in their
Yeah.
sculptwear with the makeup on. There'll be networking. Everything is complimentary in the way of the drinks.
Yeah.
There's a cocktail brand, like a pink hibiscus and coconut rum.
Oh, nice.
And then there's a lifestyle brand,
Yeah.
Catalyst Drinks, who are going to do health conscious drink in a can that is
Wow.
named after beauty, wellness, meditation. It's that kind of vibe,
Wow.
and everyone will be treated to that. And all the drinks will be free because there's a big orange fridge there.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a private party atmosphere. There's going to be food and loads of contact connections to be made, and of course the confidence is, as I've said before, you know, that's a game changer. Women will come away that real confidence, making new connections, and yeah, friends for life. As well.
Well, and that's it really. That's the key because it just sounds like, you think about every aspect, you think about everything, you think about how things are going to align. But equally as well, what I like is, your events seem to actually help with the confidence aspect because sometimes you can have an event and you go away, you just get loads of stuff chucked at you, but you don't really leave with anything, and it's just like overwhelming and a lot which is not always the best way of sort of, especially for people that don't do events and want to get into them, and then they're put up with this one experience. So that sounds absolutely amazing. I so want to be there as well myself.
I know, FOMO, but you'll be coming to the next one.
Oh,
You
absolutely,
should definitely agree with
absolutely.
me.
Yeah, no, and it looks really sort of well organized, and like I said, you think about everything and what you're trying to cover, but equally as important, for my network, I've got different connections, but there's a lot of mums that always have this feeling that they're not enough, feeling that they're not confident enough, and that's the sort of thing that I would, you know, presume is quite useful for them to sort of step into when you do the online ones, how do they get that value to help them with that confidence? Because they're not there in person at an event. How does it work with the online one?
Again, really great question. So yes, yeah, because in between the in person, I do have the online event, which is really great because it means you don't even have to leave the house. There's no expense when it comes to parking, travel, drinks. Again, I bring the whole experience, and I do give it the wow factor. Like you'll arrive to some sort of amazing things landing on the screen. You don't expect all of that. There's music. I do it very theatre style, and then again, so the way that it works for confidence for women online is, I guess, yeah, I mean, I do encourage women to have their camera on because it's very
Yeah,
interactive. I do say, look, rock up if you're someone who's, you're not don't really feel confident on Zoom. You can come and have your camera off, you know. But I do feel like we're all women together. This is a really safe space, actually, because we're all in the same boat. And I do give people an opportunity. A lot of the events I do are like pure networking,
yeah.
but then I may bring a speaker in who talks about confidence, for example. And in fact, I am looking to do something with a confidence coach. So I don't want to say too
Oh,
much.
fantastic.
That's going to happen. And then I feel like the online events are really good because they warm women up in the way of making those connections.
Yeah.
And I did one before the last event, which was the summer party, which was amazing. And I did an event online prior to the summer party as an opportunity for guests that were attending to meet each other. So
Mm.
it was a really good way for them to connect and say, "Oh yeah, you were at the online event." It's a very good way to kind of combine that connection, people together as well,
Yeah.
and let
And
them talk about themselves and what they do, and yeah, just championing other women is really the key.
Yeah.
So it's someone speaking about their brand or what it is they do. You often find that there's a lot of like, wow, and there's a lot of encouragement. And I
Yeah.
think there's something to say about women when we come together. We really do support each other. When it's the right time, we're there.
Yeah.
Huh?
No, it does make a difference. And I suppose, with having that interaction online initially, it gives you that little bit of confidence to then go to an in-person event because you feel you've already connected and know a few people already by, just meeting them online, which is incredible. And, have you got sort of anything exciting as well? I know you've got the event coming up, but what else have you got in the pipeline?
Actually, Esther, so I am, like a multi-functional woman here. So I've also looking at I'm on my own course at the moment, and I'm going to be putting together a course. However, ahead of this course, I'm going to be sending out something completely free to be
Wow.
a massive game changer for women who love to have more confidence. And this is in the way of having confidence to sell in with soul. So
Yeah.
it's kind of selling with soul, I guess. And it's really for anyone who struggles with that because I think we all do. I think if we're honest, I think the majority of us we don't like selling. We love doing what we do. We're passionate about it, but when it comes to asking for business, it's very, very as women, I think in particular, we tend to, and I don't know why that is. We need to change that. But I think a lot of us, we tend to kind of go, oh, it's only this much. If you can afford it, and it's like, actually, I'm sharing this amazing opportunity with you. This is what you can really benefit from. So I want to get that message across because I feel like it can help women make a lot more money in a very short period of time and really thrive in their business and also sell out their own events as well. Because if anyone holds their own event or is looking, like yourself, you want to someone who's whether it's you, whether whoever is growing their audience, whether it's a podcast or whatever it is, to drive people to that and to encourage people to increase their, revenue
Yeah. Absolutely.
via some tips that I can share.
Yeah.
So that's free. So if anyone would like that, this is going to be like a bit of a waiting list for it.
Okay.
Um, but they can drop me an email, or I don't know the best way you suggest.
Yeah, if
Is
you
it
when the episode goes live, I'll be able to provide some links so that they can connect with you. So if you have a direct link that they can just click and connect straight to this waiting list, that would be absolutely amazing because I think so many women absolutely need that support with the confidence aspect and stuff because it's such a big one, which it looks like I think people look confident, but it's not always the case. And it's like if you can get that little bit of encouragement, that's always brilliant and fantastic. And if it's a company that's looking at, rather than your own events, if somebody wants you to do events for them, how can they reach you and what sort of services do you provide?
Yeah, no, that's again a great question. So the best way, and I don't know if you're going to drop all of this
I will.
in the links. Okay. So I'd say the easiest way is my website, which is theedge-events.com. So on the website, you will see, especially if you go to the Women in Business section, you'll see all the videos that I've done and testimonial videos. But there is a form where you can contact me through. There's also the email. And also, I have a Calendly
Link.
link on there where you can book in a discovery call with me. And what that means is it's completely free. And I will really get an understanding and get under the skin of your brand, what it is you're looking for, your brief and your budget. So I tend to work to your budget and, really tailor it around that. What is your affordability rather than costing it and saying, okay, this is what my packages are.
Yeah.
And people going, oh no, that is, so I'd rather work with someone who say to me, well, actually, could you do it for this? This is what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And if I can, I will. I'm all about helping people. And I think I don't want to go on too much, but there is a preconception, I think, about event
Yeah.
management. A lot of people feel like, oh, that's a luxury. I'll do it myself. I'll go onto Amazon. I'll get this and this. I'll find the venue. I know what I'm doing. And then they're like, shit, I wish I'd have gone to Lynn because you miss out
Yeah.
real fundamentals. And also, as someone who knows the technical side of events and what you should be looking out for,
Yeah.
I also have partnered with some amazing suppliers and brands offer me the most incredible rates that you probably wouldn't get if you were to approach them yourself. Just saying, putting it out there, you know. So yeah, so if anyone wants their event organised, I can save so much time and money. And I don't think sometimes people don't always connect that. They think they can save money by doing it themselves,
Yeah.
but it doesn't work out. It actually costs more in the end.
Yeah, and especially on the time aspect, because if you don't know what you're doing, it will cost you a lot of time and then the money as
Yeah,
well, because you don't have the connections or the collaborations that, somebody who runs events like yourself has already built and got. So that's really amazing. And what would you say, what would be your three tips that you'd like to leave the audience with?
like this question. Let me think about it. Tips I would say is, and this is just from how I feel about what I do, going from my own experience. I would say, if you've got a vision, do not get sidetracked by what anyone else is saying.
Yeah.
You've got something that really lights you up that you want to do, go for it. What is the worst thing that can happen?
Mm.
Maybe have a plan B, like as well. I don't know if that's combined with the first question. I would then say, when things get tough, because they do, this isn't for the faint-hearted, is it? Doing things on your own, and you're going to get peaks and troughs. Rest, but don't quit, because it's when things seem like you're actually almost there. That's when you're literally over that finishing line, and if you quit, you literally could be there. So don't never quit, never give up. Just keep going, and just keep believing in yourself. Keep having practice those affirmations, gratitude, and start your day with a positive mindset. You come out with more than three. So
Oh, fantastic. Well, that's some brilliant tips, and it's been an absolute honor to have you on the show today. So thank you so much. What a pleasure having you. Thank you very
thank you.
much.
That was amazing. Oh, really loved it. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.